Nigel, I'm really, really close to my staff. And as a business owner, I'm really pride myself on how close I am. But I am selling my business. So at what point do I tell my staff? Because, you don't want to tell them too soon, but also I don't want to feel like I'm sort of lying to them.
I mean, that's probably one of the most difficult conundrums within this process that business owners face. And again, depending on size, sector, longevity of the sort of employee's relationship with the employer and business owner, it is very difficult. My stock answer would be not to say anything until after completion. That's all very well for me to say that, sitting here not knowing the individuals of somebody's circumstances. In bigger scenarios, maybe business owners share their vision a little bit more. Some of the growth of the company may be a bit structured, and the direction of the company. And I think there's a certain point within a lot of business owners' business life that there's a level that a lot of people find that is a ceiling and don't grow beyond. They don't grow beyond that because, at that point they've got control over most things and visibility over everything. So they feel comfortable, and they don't have to basically sort of over worry. But when sort of tiers of management come in, and then there's if a company goes through some sort of rapid growth and there's a strong recruitment, the sort of business owners have to be obviously quite sophisticated with that process. So it does depend on the size of business, and sometimes in certain sizes the second tier management are raring to go to take over the company and sort of take it to its next stage of growth. And so in those scenarios, everybody's on the same page. But if we look at the smaller businesses, or maybe just sub 30 or 20 people, where everybody knows each other very well and they've worked closely together for a long time, it's very hard sometimes not to share that information, because you're working with people on a daily basis. And it is one of the points in our launch meetings, we sort of say, if you can, please don't try and keep it to yourself, because all people do is worry. From the period you tell them to the period of completion, it's just worry, and it takes over, probably their personal and their working life, and may actually sort of slow down some of the efficiencies within the business, and people will chat about it, and it's a big distraction. So to me, there's no benefit in making putting that worry on your employees, and telling them it's only your conscience. And I think when the time is right, which is probably on completion or literally just before it, that is the time to do it. So in fairness to the employees, they're not worrying, they haven't got that concern. And as a seller and a business owner, you just, and a lot of people do, and they want to make sure their employees are looked after. That is by far more important, that the longevity of their career, and for their families and everything else is looked after, more so than telling them so they worry. And unfortunately, sometimes what happens, they then leave, and then another one leaves, and we've had it before, and suddenly the team that the business previously had has reduced. Then they've got a problem. And what happened with one business, the sale fell through because the business was his team and they all left. So on a number of levels, I think the best advice is probably to leave it till you've signed, it's complete and the deal's done, and then the employees haven't got the time to worry, and you haven't got to worry about anything happening within the business.